It's time now to check out a very cool long and low chopper called the Nasty Boy 1. The Nasty Boy series of custom choppers is the brainchild of two die-hard Canadian customizers, John Sheard and Phil Tiknovich. Based out of a 22,000 square foot facility in Bolton, Ontario, the pair's company have been cranking out Nasty Boy choppers for 5 years now. Their claim to Nasty Boy fame is Sheard's own patented compressed air adjustable rear monoshock, a neat push-of-the-button trick that allows the rider to adjust ride height on the fly. At the heart of this beast is a genuine Harley-Davidson air-cooled twin-cam 1450cc engine, breathing through a Mikuni 42mm smoothbore carb. The 5-speed tranny is also Milwaukee-sourced, and as a result, final drive is delivered through a gate belt. Stopping is provided at both ends by a single disc squeezed by a 4-piston caliper, while the rolling thunder is provided by a 21x90 Avon up front and a nice fat 200 out back. So how does it all work? Well, here's what guest rider Dave Fox had to say recently after a day of getting up close and personal with a motorcycle that prides itself on its nasty attitude.
So Dave, you have road tested probably more cruisers for this program in the last 4 years than anyone I could think of, and so I thought you would be the perfect person to put on a non-Japanese cruiser, and more importantly, a Canadian-built non-Japanese cruiser.
I appreciate the opportunity, Dave, and it made me feel really excited actually, because that's one of the neatest things about it. The Nasty Boy, which I had the opportunity to ride today, is basically taking the Harley motor and building a Canadian creation and hoping to market this across Canada and actually into the States as well.
Yeah.
I felt so cool. I can't think of a better word to use because it's a piece of art. There's no question about it. It's a beautiful bike when you stand back and take a look at it. I love the sound, and again, as we're doing our filming for the show, it's always hard to kind of hold back a bit because this bike really started to purr along really nicely, probably at 80, 90 clicks, and the sound was just great. It was begging for acceleration. I found, even in 4th gear, and it's 5-speed, even in 4th gear, it went well at the speed we were taping, but it just wanted to go a little faster and really let loose.
Yeah. How did you like the shifting and the clutch actuation?
Clutch is a little stiff. Not bad, a little stiff. My hand was getting a little sore after a while because we were stopping and starting a lot. The shifting was just fine. In fact, the way the pegs are arranged, again, I'm short-legged, but I found it comfortable. With the sweep of the handlebars, which I really like the looks of that, nice clean look to it. But even sitting in that position with my feet on the forward situated pegs, the shifting worked fine.
Yeah. Now you said you liked the riding position, eh? You sort of like.
I did.
You're really stretched out and kind of comfortable.
I did, and I've ridden other cruisers that have a similar riding position that I found uncomfortable. It's got to be a combination of just where the seat is, it's low, the lowest bike I've ever sat on to ride. With the bars coming back far enough, it seemed to just be the right configuration. Brakes work good, lots of good grip. The back one just seemed a little stiff, but the front one, lots of grab there for sure.
Yeah.
With the rake of this bike, which has got that really neat look to it, must be just at the brake point where you're able to turn. And I was able to pull a lot of U-turns today without feeling as though I was going to have to drop the bike.
Yeah.
So they've designed it to the point where the rake is there for the look, but it still turns well.
Yeah. What did you think of this?
Really neat, really high tech. You have to sequence everything here. You've got your tach in here, of course, and your speedometer built in. You have to press a button over here to set it up to get the green light and then hit the start button. So really high tech and kind of futuristic, but yet you've got this really sleek, old and fashioned looking motorcycle.
The suspension is really what this bike is all about, right?
In reading the brochure and talking to the local dealer for Nasty Boys, the monoshock, which has the air that you're now letting in, you're putting into the shock right now, is their claim to fame. The bike seemed to, according to what they tell us, will adjust to the weight of the rider and be able to make it more comfortable. And I can't disagree with them. It was comfortable to ride. We went over a few roads with a few bumps and certainly felt quite comfortable doing that.
So you can literally pump up this shock.
That's right. That's correct.
As you increase the load. So
that's right.
You got a heavy friend, you want to let them take it for a ride, just pump her up, and if not, let the air out.
As long as they don't ask you why you're doing it.
So overall, let's talk about the look of the bike and the fit, the finish, the toys that go with it.
Black is always a favorite universal color for me personally, and I'm sure for many others. We know that black is a very popular color. The chrome Chrome looks great, and there's a combination of aluminum with it as well. Obviously, the aluminum chrome contrast makes the aluminum look a little flatter, but when you take the overall togetherness of the bike with the wheels the way they are,
You said you liked those wheels.
I like the wheels.
Yeah.
And you look at that back tire. That back tire is amazing, the size of it. And just because the bike is so hunkered down on the road, the tire really stands out when you take a look at it from the back.
Right. It looks nasty, it sounds nasty, but it doesn't ride all that
No,
nasty.
it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
And for what it's supposed to be, which is a boulevard cruiser, I think they've pulled it off.
This is the one, and it makes us proud to know that a couple of Canadian guys are pulling this off.
Yeah. Well, what do you say? You want to take it downtown and scare a few people?
Why not?
Thanks, Dave. You did a great job.
Thanks, Dave.